right, let's talk about selling on social media. Here's the best way to go about it. Let's get into it. Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Lango here again, and in this video, I want to talk to you about the best tips for selling on social media. That's right, the best tips for selling on social media. Now, by this time, you've probably got all your content dialed in, right? And that's important because you have to know who you're going after, you have to know how you're going to approach them. But now let's talk about more of the nitty-gritty, the brass tacks when it comes to selling online, specifically selling on social media, or using social media not only as a springboard to get out content, but more specifically now to bring customers in, all right? So when it comes down to that, really it just comes down to what are you selling? How are you selling it? Let's talk about selling specifically, all right? When it comes to social media, obviously this is a game unto itself, right? You want to make sure that you're connecting with people, you're putting content out there, but now it's also about how do you transform the prospect or the eyeballs on your content into now a paying customer. You can do this to a number of ways. Obviously, you want to get people to a website, you want to use sales funnels, you want to do all that stuff. But again, let me go ahead and give you 3 very powerful hacks, if you will, or things to remember as you're doing all these things, knowing that the end result is to get someone to pay you for your product and service when they're checking you out on social media. All right, let's get right into it. Number 1, content that catches the eye. Content that catches the eye, right? Again, if you've been in social media for any amount of time, you've likely heard the slogan, stop the scroll, right? Stop the scroll. And it's oh so true. That is the name of the game, is to stop the scroll. Obviously, by this time, hopefully you already know, as I have drilled it into your head a million times, if you've seen any of my videos, that before you get to where you want to stop the scroll, you need to go ahead and dig into who your ideal customer is. And it makes it easier for you to stop the scroll. But let's talk about stopping the scroll just in and of itself. What that really means is exactly what it sounds like. Stopping a person from just scrolling through their feed casually so that they stop and see the material that you're putting out. With that said, you want to make sure that it is exactly what it's supposed to do, and that is to stop them from scrolling on. And when you think about those things, I find that one of the easiest ways to stop the scroll, again, is to catch their eye. And that's why the content that you put out there should be the kind that catches their eye. And what's nice is that there's a lot of freedom that you have with this. There's a lot of ways to go about accomplishing this stopping the scroll, catching the eye type of dynamic. Let me go ahead and give you a few, all right? Obviously, bright, vibrant pictures, right? Bright, vibrant pictures that cause people to go, man, that's really, really cool, right? Now, I've been a student of the marketing game for, as long as I can remember, even before the online thing, always being into direct response marketing. And I remember attending a certain seminar. It was in a different field, but it was all about marketing. And that's what's cool, right? Marketing really transcends and really encompasses more than just one industry. In this case, we're in the real estate field, also talked about direct sales and prospecting, sales and marketing, and so on. But one of the tips that I got, I remember hearing from this vastly successful, wealthy individual who saw success in their business when it came to marketing, was simply that he used bright, vibrant neon colors on all of his business cards, right? And again, this is before internet marketing, all right? At least it was in my world. And so one of the things that I remember him saying in that session was, I want my retinas to hurt, right? I want my retinas to hurt. And it was just amazing that I've never forgotten that. And I have gone on to use that type of technique in a lot of my marketing in a lot of other businesses that I have as well, including, not limited to, real estate investing and the like. It's amazing how much this really makes sense, but it really, really does, right? And it makes the biggest matter of difference when you're considering just plain old professional looking stuff as opposed to stuff that looks loud, right? That's the kind of idea that you're wanting to go here for. But also remember, it doesn't have to be that way, okay? There's a lot of different ways that you could capture someone's eye using your content. Sometimes the picture or the headline just needs to be a little bit edgy, right? Or maybe a little bit controversial. Now you got to be careful with this, right? The last thing I want to tell you to do is to be inappropriate or out of pocket or completely out in left field here, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Anything you can do to stop someone from scrolling and capture the attention is well worth it, in my opinion. So let this be a presiding dynamic in your mind, knowing that the other person who might come across your stuff, what's it going to take to stop them? I encourage you to go all out in capturing their attention, all right? Use the type of content that captures the eye. Number 2, easy links, okay? Easy links, right? And this is one of those things that absolutely is paramount, and it's one of those things where it continues to get under my skin because as I work with people, coach people, and just kind of watch people, this is one of those things that I just can never stop talking about. And you're gonna see why it drives me up the wall too, right? And this right here can definitely be aimed more at my affiliate marketer friends, right? But this could be really anyone who's promoting another website, right? Or a product that is located elsewhere on another network. Let's go ahead and, for sake of argument and in simplicity's sake, talk about our MLM friends or affiliate marketing friends, right? We live in a day and time where your customers are much more sophisticated than they used to be, certainly more than 5 or 10 years ago. And so people can spot affiliate links, right? And people can spot links for multi-level marketing, and people can spot links for other places that just, they can see what's going on here, right? We cannot take their intelligence for granted anymore. With that in mind, you want to make sure that the links that you use are presentable, not long, not ugly, and they're not one of those ones, again, where it looks like it's just somewhere else. I think there's something to be said here about a person seeing a link with a name brand domain on it and seeing this long, terrible link, right? And realizing and thinking to themselves, okay, all I'm doing is I'm going to the big box retailer, right? Or something like that, as opposed to you using your own branding, right? So when I say easy links, I'm just talking about things that are easy to remember, easy to look at, easy to read. If you put on this link, again, using affiliate marketing as an example, it could be, affiliateproduct.com/ tens of numbers / affiliate ID / whatever you have it. And there's this nice, super long thing, right? If a person's not at the desktop, they're not going to look at that, copy and paste it into their browser, right? Or they're not going to go ahead and try to click on that. They get lost with some of those things, right? So what I'd like for you to consider to do is just to use links that are easier to click on, look at, and remember in case they don't have the time to click it on there. This is where using awesome branding techniques and practices like using, custom domains and so on makes it all the more powerful. I've been an affiliate marketer for a matter of years, right? One thing that I make a practice of doing every single time is using custom links. I just do this, right? I use it for tracking purposes as well, obviously, but the last thing I ever want to do is send someone to a long, ugly link, right? I like to use branding with it. I like to come up with nice, really catchy and easy to remember domain names, which help people remember what to do, right? They come looking for it. They try to remember it. And again, if it's long and ugly, it doesn't really help anyone's business, certainly not yours. So use easy links. Now, there's a lot of free things that you could use out there, like Bitly, which again takes a link and puts it shorter. But again, there's also other things. You might consider just investing a few bucks and buying a domain if this is something that you're going to go ahead and put a lot of steam behind. I have never seen this not make sense, right? A lot of people don't like the idea of spending money just for that, especially on products that aren't theirs. But I'm telling you what, when you buy a domain, essentially you're buying a website and you're branding yourself, and you're already getting in the practice of branding of yourself and branding going forward, right? There's something to be said about that, even if it's not your personal name, right? But if you bought the domain, right, that said, some, just for example's sake, let's say that you're an affiliate of some kind of protein shake or some health and wellness line that, makes protein shakes and fitness supplements and things like that. Imagine if you came up, you could send someone to an affiliate link that had the company's name on it, plus this long affiliate and tons of numbers and all that, or you could come up with something really cool, right? Something that was cool and catchy and also catches the eye, catches the mind's eye at least. Let's say you called it getfitbyjuly.com, right? Now all of a sudden there's marketing that's taking place right there because people are thinking, okay, I can get fit by July, right? And it gives them a target. It gives them a tangible almost in their minds. It gives them something that they can start aspiring to, right? It makes it a little bit more real for them. This is the power of using easy links, right? It's not just in the link of itself. It's what it does for you from a marketing standpoint. More importantly, a selling standpoint. So you think about that. Use easy links. Number 3, and finally, high quality only, please. That's right, high quality only, please. I only want high quality. You better believe that your customer is looking for that, right? We live in a day and time where people can buy cheap and knockoff stuff anywhere, and because of that, it's not where you want to separate yourself, right? It's not where you want to separate yourself unto. You want to make sure that you're giving people high quality experiences as well as products that and services that you're selling them. So remember that, high quality only, please. Now let's say that you're an affiliate marketer and you're an MLM person and you don't have your own product. all the more reason for you to go ahead and adopt this philosophy. If you're going to align yourself with a company, right, or build a business or try to get something going with the support of a company, make sure it's one that's reputable. Make sure it's one that you can stand behind, right? When you're promoting products, right, no matter what they are, whether they're yours or somebody else's, make sure they are of the utmost and highest quality. I can't overemphasize this enough, right? And as you're doing so, again, make sure you're also offering a high quality experience. This is where things like offering incentives, bonuses, and the like become of paramount importance as well. I'm an affiliate marketer and have been for a long time. There's a lot of people who will buy their product with me as opposed to many of my more successful friends, as you might call it, simply because I offer a better experience, right? I remember when I was getting started, there was an affiliate marketing contest that I wanted to jump into that I participated in, and I did really, really well in this. I finished in the top 3, coming, behind just a couple of people who had, frankly speaking, had a lot more dollars than me to spend, right, in advertising costs. But one thing, and I had, just starting out, I had no name brand, I had no name value or nothing, or anything like that. But one thing that got me to the upper echelon of that contest was simply because even though I was offering the same product as everybody else, one thing that I did, because I didn't have money, the kind of marketing budget as some of my friends to buy more ads and so on, one thing that I did was just make sure that I created the best experience for every person who came my way. So what I did in this example is I opened it up to where everyone who bought this product from me, I gave away tons of stuff and went and even had to go into the process where I had to create the stuff for them. But it sounded so good to everyone who was involved in it that they gladly took me on. And what that turned into was word of mouth referrals to many other people, right? So if you think about that, basically I took an old offline concept and applied it to the online business, and the rest is history, as they say. So again, high quality only, please, right? Also, I think that there's something to be said as a business professional. One of the things I love to live by is I never want my name to be in the mouth of the dogs, right? I don't know where I heard that. I can't necessarily think back to where I heard that the first time, but it has stuck with me throughout my business, throughout these years, throughout my career. I never want anything that I'm associated with to be of low quality, right? I don't want my reputation to suffer. I believe there's something to be said about that as well. Perhaps you would consider that as an adoption of philosophy in your own business, right? So high quality only, please. There you have it, my friends. Quick and dirty as per usual, but I trust this was helpful to you. Sound off in the comments below and let me know which one of these makes the most sense to you, or maybe one thing that you've discounted in days past. Now, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. This is Jason Ligo with Always Enterprise. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.